Alright, Fookers and Fookettes. Dude popped by.
Jerry.
Jerry is his name, and he's actually farting around on a guitar, man. He was out by his truck. He actually picks notes. He's not one of these chord guys, but he's actually pretty good.
I can pick.
We're sitting out here in the radio shed, and dude brought a guitar. What the hell, right? We're gonna put this shit on YouTube.
Yeah, entertainment. This is probably one everybody knows, so that's what I'm gonna do. I act like I don't know what I'm doing. Just yesterday morning, you let me know you were gone. Suzanne, the plans they made put an end to you. So I walked out this morning and I wrote down the song. I just can't remember who you sent it to. I've seen fire and I've seen rain. I've seen sunny days that I thought would never end. I've seen lonely times when I could not find a friend. But I always thought that I'd see you again. Anyhow, that's one everybody knows. Trying to think of some others. Do you have any favorites or anything?
No, I was fascinated by the way you actually picked out the entertainer, though. I mean, most people cheat and skip a few notes and go to chords in the middle there.
It's a very difficult song. I'd say that Tommy Emmanuel kind of showed me the Travis style picking where, you know, like you do a standard picking like Dustin. That's Travis. Dustin. And you know that song, but then, you know, standard Travis was kind of made famous by Chet Atkins. You know, like.
It wasn't Chet Atkins, it was Roy Acuff. I had the book when I was a kid, learning to, and it had the little stickers you put on the frets. And that was, I tried to learn how to pick. I sucked at it. Still do.
He would do picking like that. So then Tommy Emmanuel kind of took it to a second level, and it would sound like that same last song would sound more like. So you're using the pinky to play like a little lead or something to try and make it sound like a piano. So after that I thought, you know, I always had a hard time on the piano with the entertainer, and I thought, wouldn't it be cool if I could try to make it sound like that on the guitar? So that's what I learned, and it's kind of interesting. It's my own rendition. fingers a
Very
little
good.
behind the times. Broke these 3 just a few weeks ago. Isn't that incredible? This one was all sideways, and I've actually came back. So I have people like me believe in things that are crazy. So
I'm just amazed that people can pick like that. I never could. You know, and the entertainer, I got it to where I had it not good, but not really too fucked up on the keyboards. But that's as far as I ever got with that one. And I tried on the guitar for probably 6 or 7 months.
that's extreme, more than words. I think. So there's a lot of little guitar licks that people like to hear. It's kind of it's kind of funny. It's like a lot of times.
I mean, ZZ Top, they made their entire fortune on the fact that people like that.
You know, and that is
basic rhythms that they put out.
That's Southern blues. So that's kind of a Texas Southern blues, like.
Yeah. Yeah, you can easily turn that opening into three-lock box too by sanding it.
So that's really nice bluesy type stuff. And another one that used that was Leonard Skinner. Like you'll see the same riff right here. It's 3, 4 frets, whatever it is. Let me see. I'm trying to think of what it is. Yeah, they call me the breeze. I keep blowing on down the road. Yeah, they call me the breeze. I keep blowing on down the road. I ain't hiding from nobody. You don't care me no more. And then another person that made that very famous would be like from Texas, Stevie Ray Vaughan. He's a chunky. They do. A lot of people use that thing. They heard about love, giving south of the block. A baby's loving because the sun don't shine. She's my sweet little thing. She's my pride and joy. She's my sweet little baby. I'm her little lover boy. And then I like to speed it up, right? Because it's it kind of people like that kind of beat. Used in a lot of things, believe it or not. It's this chord right here does other similar ones.
Yeah, you just move the same chord up and down on the string.
And it's like. you. Oh, Susie Q, maybe I love you. Susie Q.
And with him, his top two strings were his whole thing. I mean, whether it was Run Through the Jungle or
any of that.
CQ, any of that.
When I was a little boy, right?
Yeah, his whole thing was a shift to the top two strings.
I could hear that hand I was burning. And what are you gonna do to me, you know? Down on the bayou.
Born on the Bayou.
Born on the bayou, yeah. He says it down once in a while. He throws other stuff. You know, he's actually, he had bad, you know, relation with his manager and all that, and they stole it, and he wouldn't let him do his own thing. Now he's on YouTube, and he'll play for nothing just to make people happy. It's really amazing to see that. He's from over by, you know, like Lodi, California, but he was actually out by Escalon, I think, and I saw him around a few times. Really a great guy, you know. And I like that chord for like a lot of stuff. I really do. It's like.
And then there's the guys that carry the opening chords all the way through, like.
Changes scene. 'Cause every night I have the strangest dream. Prison by the way it could have been. Left here on my own, oh, so it seems. And you know the song, feeling alright. Not feeling too good myself. And I'll usually do a looper, and then I'll just start playing the lead with. You know, and it's really kind of an easy thing to do, and loopers are so cheap, and people accept it now. It used to be if you had anything electronic, forget it. But then once the prices went below $1,000, and then they wanted a major performer for $250, it really changed the whole scene. And a lot of great bands, you know, Little River Band and Doobie Brothers, yeah. They started making this. When I feel me right and she's ready for home. Oh, Mississippi, she's calling my name. Catfish are jumping, mountain thumping, black water keeps rolling on back to the same. Oh, black water, keep on rolling, oh, black water, keep on rolling, this is blood, keep on shining, yeah, keep on shining your light, gonna make everything well, mama, gonna make everything alright, ain't got no. And that's again that Texas, that thing. It's really kind of a neat little lick, and it's not too hard to learn. But it's very enjoyable. You know, once you get the flex and you get some basic chords. Some of my simplest ones, like even ones that are new today, like Ed Sheeran or something like it's like. I have a love for me, darling, just drive right in.
Yeah, I always listen to the more note-oriented ones for some reason.
Beautiful and sweet.
A lot of Pop and Chubby lately.
It's waiting for me. We were just friends with It's a very easy thing, and older ones that everybody kind of likes is just simple stuff like, and that's just a G and a always like to add 2 fingers there. That's Amy, but I'll just do another simple song. Almost heaven, West Virginia, Blue Ridge Mountain, Shenandoah. Life is old there, older than the trees, younger than the mountains, flowing like a breeze. Country roads take me home to the place I belong. West Virginia, Mountain Mama, take me home, country road. Anyhow, it's real simple things, and I think a lot of people say, "Oh man, I could never do that." It's like, well, John Denver's he's not alive. You can practice and do diaphragm lessons, because no one can just sing automatically. A lot of people said, I tied my shoes the first time. No, that's not true. You actually have to.
My singing scares animals and small children.
Yeah, mine does too. But who cares? If it makes you feel good and it makes somebody else feel good, why not do it, right? So it's So I've always enjoyed trying to. I'm a mimic, obviously. I mimic things and
this Papa Chubby dude I was talking about, he does everything. I mean, he's mostly old blues and jazz,
right?
Hard jazz, but
I do
he does this stuff where he carries the opening high notes all the way through the song on like Smuggler's Game and stuff like that. Yeah, where it's ringy like that all the way through, but it's clear notes.
jazzy type thing. I have an electric, of course, and that's it's like I'll play all the normal riffs, and that'd be like, and the riff for that be. And this would be kind of like. And then you get the. Yeah, that's it. And it's kind of nice. I like it when the song has all this stuff in it.
Yeah.
And it's really nice to have the backup singers too. It really is. It's a great feeling, and normally a lot of people will help you. I remember one time I was in a bar and I didn't have a song. I didn't have any instrument. And this gal, she just says, I went by Isaiah because it's the name of my town. So and how many guitarists are named Jerry, right? So it's like I had never come up to the top of Google with that one. So I was in a restaurant and there's quite a few people. It's like some 25 cents for chicken wings, night type thing. So there's a ton of people. A lot of people like that. And I remember she says, Isaiah can make music without any instruments at all. I know, I have faith in him. I'm just like, why are you putting me on the spot like this? I just came for cheap, chicken wings. I just wanted to sit down and eat, man. And so it was kind of funny. I just kind of looked at this bigger guy. I heard his voice and I said, hey, could you do me a favor and just kind of go, away. And he started doing it. I said, and then I had another one. I said, can you do it? And they did it, and they were starting to go, away. And we were doing it. I said, can I hear some jungle sounds? And I was like, and I just.
You want a funny one about getting people to sing along, and this was entirely accidental.
Yeah.
Another contractor on the job site did not want the network. They did not want the PA system. This was, I won't
Don't blame me there, yeah.
The only CD I had was Biker Joe Warren, and that song "Fuck You" came on, and female Marines were singing along in mass. I like to ride big motorcycles. I like to eat pussy too. I like to kick that shit out of most terrorists and if you don't like it, fuck you. It was the females singing the loudest. I was just testing the PA system, and you know,
Oh,
yes,
people, yeah. And
they just
people
had that
amaze me
kind of
everywhere.
sense of humor. They just joined in.
People always amaze me because, like, they go, "Oh, you must listen to music all the time." No, I never listen to music, and I don't like listening to myself. It'd be like me saying, "Would you listen to the same CD over and over and over again?" No, you wouldn't, because even listening to yourself, it gets very irritating.
Yeah.
You know, I don't care who you are. You gotta, if you do the same thing all the time.
What I always did when I was taking these side jobs, setting up airport PAs and shit, what I would do is I would play a CD that I knew what shit was supposed to sound like,
Right.
and just walk around and make sure that the sound levels were consistent, no dead areas, you know. And then the minute I'd leave, they'd fuck with all the settings. Nothing would work with it anyway.
I think that's Green Day. Another turning point, a fork stuck in the road. Time grabs you by the wrist, directs you where to go. So make the best of this test and don't ask why. It's not a question, but a lesson learned in time. It's something unpredictable, but in the end it's right. I hope you had the time of your life. G. They're just three basic chords. Just like, matter of fact, for those three basic chords, like if you did the same thing. It was 1999. Yeah. Yeah. It was nice. Sweet home Alabama. Also, no, that's Kid Rock, right?
Yeah. 1989.
I like all those songs. People are like, "Oh, why do you do so many basic songs?" Like, same chord. Some people call me the space cowboy. Some call me the gangster of love. And some people call me Maurice, 'cause the speed of the pump of the love. And people talk about me, baby, saying I'm doing you wrong, doing you wrong. But don't you worry, no, don't worry, mom, 'cause I'm right here, right here, right here, right here. I'm a digger, I'm a critter, I'm a liver, and I'm a sinner. Playing my music in the sun. I'm a joker, I'm a smoker, I'm a midnight toker. You're my man on the run. Ooh, ooh. So those are very easy things to do, and I think everybody should do them. You know, it's like, well, no, and a lot of people, they do ask me, you know, hey, do you any Stephen Stills, or do you do, you know, that like somebody, or Yes, or something like that. And yeah, I do. I mean, it's not, but I don't feel like I'm there to brag. I feel like when I'm around a campfire, you know, it's like, this is old. That's
Yeah, and you can't.
that's from Yes to Fragile, the same one that goes.
Yeah, you gotta have a melody
Roundabout.
on your finger to get that
Roundabout,
right.
but this is on the same one.
Yep. really keep track of it with my fingers. Orchestral metal, the note kind of metal, not the like Power Wolf, say, or Man-O-War's chords, or Battle Beast. Battle Beast, they're only notes on one guitar, though. The other one just sounds like they've got a hacksaw running chords.
Anyhow, that was on that same thing, and people are like, "Oh my God, how did you bring out that flamenco from Spain?" And I'm like, no, it's from the Yes, Fragile thing from like in the 70s, and they're like, really? And I'm like, yeah, it's just so funny. But a lot of people, it's kind of like, I always like those, like, let me see. C, E, right?
Seagull, you fly across the horizon into the misty morning sun. Nobody asks you where you are going. Nobody knows where you're from. There is a man asking the question, is this really the end of the road? We have been here all such a long time. The shape of things to come. Now you fly through the sky, never asking why. And you fly all around till somebody shoots you down. La, da, 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 da.
That's Seagull from Bad Company. So that's also a basic C. And I always used to show people, it's like, I always tell them, I really like the D, and it can have some really nice sound effects. So I'll just stick on a D and an A, which normally some people just play like that. But anyhow, no, this is the one I'm going to do, right? So this is very simple picking, Travis style. Oops, get a little tighter, I had it up higher, I guess. That's just the D. Now the A. She broke down and let me in. Fleetwood Mac. Made me see where I've been.
Been down one time, been down 2 times, never go back again.
That's very simple chords, but it sounds good. And then the Stephen Stills, which I kind of like, because I always ask people, hey, can you just do this for me? Now, as that's going down, you'd be surprised how many people can do. And then the lead.
buried in the ground. Mother Earth will swallow you, lay your body down.
You've heard it before.
Yeah, I've heard the openings before, only I have it with vocal drop.
Yeah, it's got that's
I
Cost
have
of
it.
Freedom.
I have it with vocal and drum drop both.
Yeah. But I like a lot of those, like just I do like just.
Mama pajama rolled out of bed and she ran to the police station. And her papa found out, he began to shout and started the investigation. Was against the law, was against the law. But my mama saw, was against the law. I said, spit on the ground every time my name gets mentioned. And Papa said, oh, I'm gonna get that boy, put him in the house of detention. Well, I'm on my way, I don't know where I'm going, I'm on my way. Taking my time, but I don't know where. Goodbye, Rosie, Queen of Corona. I said, me and me down by the schoolyard. I said, me and me down by the schoolyard. Well, in a couple of days you're gonna take me away for the rest of the story. And this radical breeze come to get me released, but it's all on the cover of Newsweek. Well, I'm on my way, don't know where I'm going, I'm on my way. Taking my time, but I don't know where. Goodbye, Rosie, the Queen of Corona. I said I'm here down by the schoolyard. I said me and Julio down by the schoolyard.
People liked, Simon and Garfunkel were famous because simplicity, I think. Not too hard, not too difficult for people to sing along,
Yeah.
And I mean, you always get those songs, it's like.
Now that I've lost everything to you, you say I wanna start something, and it's breaking my heart. And baby, I'm breathing, but if you wanna leave, take good care. Hope you find a lot of nice friends out there. Just remember there's a right everywhere. Well, ooh, baby, baby, tomorrow. Hard to get by, just a promise.
Anyhow, that's very simple stuff. It's F, C, and G, and as long as you kind of learn a little bit of picking, that's where people stop. That's the part it's like, man, all you'd have to do is just sit down.
See, that's
one
the
day.
part I wanted to learn. I never liked the chords.
Yeah, yeah, it's hard. It's really, to get your fingers to do 12 like I can do or whatever, may be a little extreme, but 3 and 4 is pretty simple. Like this is just this is 3 chords. I mean, it makes for a lot of nice.
Yeah, but I'm the weirdo that listens to orchestral metal with organs.
Yeah.
Your mama don't dance and your daddy don't rock and roll.
Yeah, so it's so I like a lot of the chords and how they sound, but the truth is a lot of what I play, I do use, especially on the electric guitar, I do use a lot of the upper and
Take these broken wings and learn to fly. All your life, you were only waiting for this moment to rise. Blackbird singing in the dead of night. Take these sunken eyes and learn to see. All your life, you were only waiting for this moment to be free. Blackbird fly, blackbird fly, in the light of the dark black night. It's I like a lot of little stuff like that. It's all those ones. That's why James Taylor he's not got the greatest voice, but I like my voice. Yeah, believe it or not, who I sound like, what people say. It's either Eric Clapton or you know this one. I used to play around the bus to hasten that might call. But when I met that little girl, I knew that I would fall for
Return to sender.
Oh yeah, I was a fool. Oh, he was a fool, yeah. Anyhow, that's Ricky Nelson. It's like, why couldn't I have sounded like somebody else, But, you take what you got, and normally what I do is I always encourage anybody out there to sing with me or do harmony, and people do really well. I mean, I'll just do basics, like, oh gosh, my repertoire is pretty big, actually. Big.
Yeah, but you're like old school, up north, open air market, or Miami, John around Hialeah back in the 80s.
Yeah,
Just
I played in all kinds of
sitting in
bands.
front of a mall playing, having a good time kind of thing.
Yeah, I am. I'm kind of a Tiki bar guy, but it's and being from Northern California though, the competition was so stiff. There's so many really good. It's from Arcata, the Foo Fighters were from. The main guy was from there, and you'd have all these excellent players. So I was always just backup. That's how I was like, I'm just a poor boy with my stories.
Look at Tommy Cockbill. He was always just backup, but he was one of the baddest instrumentalists ever.
All eyes and just to the valleys when you will see and disregards the rest. And the harmony disregards the rest. It's like I would do harmony for everybody. Mama's got a sweet dog, plays on her chest. When Daddy gets home, he ain't get no rest. Got to play all night, and the music's alright. Mama's got to squeeze my body. It was so funny. So a lot of the times I'd be doing harmony, and nobody ever introduced me. They'd always say, "Oh, you're on the lead." They'd do that because they had that electric guitar, and it's easy to play. It's not an acoustic like playing classical on a steel string. It's a little more difficult. And even though I'm trying to do it, my fingers aren't what they used to be. I'm making excuses, but it doesn't matter if you're playing.
Dude, you're doing better than 3/4 of the people that have sat in my cycle shop back in the day.
Yeah, I mean, but it's but I should be better. To be honest, for how long I've been playing and how solitary I was, and I played a lot. So I do have over 600 songs that I don't need music for. That's really the truth. Some guy did it. He's like, "What about country?" And I was like. No, like to cold beer on a Friday night, a pair of jeans that fit just right, and the radio. Born underneath the shade of a Georgia pine. That's home, sweet tea, picking pine, handmade wine, but where the peaches grow. My house, it's not much to talk about, but it's filled with love and born out of southern ground. A little bit of chicken fried, cold beer on a Friday night, a pair of jeans that fit just right, and the radio. I like see sunrise.
Anyhow, it's, all of that's actually the simplest stuff. If you ever want to learn, do jazz or country, like. But then you gotta change it.
Hear the train roll around the bend, and I ain't seen the sunshine since I don't know when. I'm stuck in Folsom Prison, and time keeps dragging on. When I hear that train coming, I think my head down.
You know, and it's like this. Not many people do that. And those little things that are so easy to learn make the difference, because people are listening for that part. They are, and then they don't hear it, and they're kind of like, "Oh, the guy's okay." You know, that is such a simple thing. It's just, you don't even have to stretch out your fingers. You know, it's I mean, all of those people know what they are. When they hear it, it's like. That's where they hear the boxer. I am used to my story, seldom told, life's squandered my resistance. But they hear that. They go, "Oh, I know that song." You know, when they hear that, right? And they, just like you knew this song. You know, it's like they're missing that part. You know, it's and every time I do like to, when I do like Hotel California like that, I like to bring in play a class. And then I'll go into it. Rising up in the air, and up ahead in the distance, so shimmering light. So, this is what it would sound like, you know. If everybody else plays. Sounds like it, and it's good. It's not bad. I mean, everybody should do it. You know, do what you can, but you know, advance. You know, you can move that finger around, try hitting another string. Even if you blow it, it doesn't matter. I mean, I'll sit here and just blow a couple. I'll just hit all of them. You know, I'm not. I'm not even trying to aim. It doesn't take a lot of effort to have a little bit of different sound go out. You know, nobody ever thinks about that. Oh man, I just don't want to mess it up. Shoot, man, mess up on everything. Everybody does. We all mess up on all things. And it was so funny. I remember that.
I have an entire warehouse full of failed experiments that is proof that I mess up.
Yeah, we all do. You know, I mean, I don't care.
I screw up so much. If I ever have sex again, the woman will have to be on top, because that's all I'm good at, is screwing it up.
Oh man, and you know, alone. I mean, the simplistic thing, you know, that everybody argues about, you know, whether a president can make something better or whatever.
Oh, dude, my latest plasma speaker experiment, I melted the concrete. I shot lightning down through the concrete into the rebar and melted the concrete.
I don't want to tell too many people that.
I don't care.
But I mean, it's
you know,
the simplistic answer is look around. You know, like if you were just left on some island or you were in some place for a long time, you'd probably plant trees, plant food, you'd do things, and you'd be walking through there and you'd have food everywhere you go. Now, you look around here, we you look around, you just look out at your house, right, and see and think to yourself, is it better than 50 years ago? You know, is it getting better? Is it getting less populated? Is there more animals than before? Is there more food than before? You know, and the answer is no. No, we know don't crap where you eat. We know we should be planning. We know we should be doing all these things, but we're kind of lazy, and we do what the government tells us. We do all the things we're told to do. When I was a child, I was told to put my head between my knees and under the desk.
Yeah.
You know why? Because the Russians are going to a nuclear explosion. That's supposed to protect me from a nuclear explosion. And a lot of older people say, you know, these young kids aren't very bright. You know, I got bad news for you. We believed it. And it was on TV. We had the practice. The siren went off, and all the kids did it. No person, well, maybe me. I kind of asked, you know, can I put my hand?
Drills where it took them 20 minutes every time to get everybody out in single file order.
Yeah, well, that's fire drills. But we put our head between our desks. We stayed in there and under the desk. So I did ask her if I could just put my hand up to try and stop the blast. I said I automatically do. I was serious. I was really a literal kid. I was kicked out of kindergarten. I didn't very well. You know, a talented full guy. Didn't talk much. Had false teeth. You know, I was just kind of a weird kid. So I haven't changed much since. But at least I've been around people, and I do understand that putting my head between my legs is not going to protect me from it. You know, I mean, we believed everything we're taught. You know, I mean, some simple things, like I'm not going to say what my opinion is because all I could do is just tell you facts. If you do things like, I don't know, I'll just do something funny, right? Like I'll go to Google and I'll say, now I'm going to think, I have a good memory, obviously. So I'll put something like, you know, the moon is, I think, 238,900 miles. Right? How far is the moon from the planet Earth?
238,855 miles.
Sometimes you round it off. That's correct. Yeah, so it's 238,900 miles. So the other thing I do is, what is the escape velocity of planet Earth? What is the escape velocity of planet Earth? So this is according to NASA.
11.2 kilometers per second. According to Let's Talk Science. So what exactly
It's
is
26,000. It's over 26,000 miles an hour, and it's nearly 4 times the speed of a bullet. But here's some simple questions, because people, they ask me these things because I'm like the fat guy. You know, I'm just this fat guy. Where's the hurricane? Well, let's look at the Hubble, telescope, and we'll see on every 15 minutes they change it, so we'll see where it actually is. The news is so far off; it's unbelievable. So, you know, I show them that, or like that. Okay, so people ask me, well,
As you can see, I'm everybody's pet minister.
yeah, and so it's you start asking yourself. They did a real-time phone call in 1969, 238,900 miles. And you start thinking these things. So I look up the Guinness Book of World Records, which was 6,000 miles, and it's a long delay, even to this day. How you doing down there?
It was a real-time phone call, though, because if you listen to it, there was a pause, and there was a
But think of the pause.
confirmation beep at the end
Here,
of each one,
let's add up this pause. It would be days, dude. Days. Okay, so who broke
Radio
that?
signals travel
768 mile an hour. That's the speed of sound. Yes. So
radio signals, RF energy travels closer.
there's
to
no
the
way a
speed of
radio
light.
signal went out that far. The longest one ever recorded in all Guinness Book of World Records to this day is 6,000 miles. But either way, it was nearly real time and no delay, hardly at all. Now, even if you call Australia, how you doing that? Even on satellite, which didn't have it back then. You know, how's the weather down there, Tim, at the lake? It's good. It's good. You know, I mean, you see it still to this day. It's not like we perfected it. And then I was reading about the Hubble telescope, you know, because I was wanting to know how accurate it is for the weather and stuff like that. So on NASA's page, it said, you know, well, we couldn't go over 360 miles because it got destroyed every time. Because the magnetic field, not the stratosphere, nothing else. The magnetic field destroyed it. So they had to go with a special aluminum aircraft, really thick, and they had to put on tiles, and it still got destroyed. They said, and it even says right on their site. Of course, a human couldn't make it, out there. And I'm just like, at 360 miles, which is the highest the Endeavour.
There's holes in that belt that you can pierce every now and then, like doorways or something.
Well, no. Once you get past the stratosphere and all that, then you only have magnetism that's actually pulling everything away and actually destroying it. It's not the atmosphere so much that it burns up. That's the only part we see. It's actually that magnetism that goes around our planet that protects us more than anything. I didn't know any of this stuff. I'm reading it on NASA, and I'm like, what else have I been lied to about? I'm just like, and you start thinking about that. So I went to the 1969 rocket thing, and it's just telling you, we're at 200 miles an hour. Almost all the fuel's gone. we're going to drop that first one at 600 miles an hour, and you can still see it. Now, I can't see a single speed of the bullet, let alone 4 times the speed. And a lot of people think, oh, well, you get out there, it goes a lot faster. I've tripled.
That large at that great of a distance, though,
You still wouldn't see it, no matter how far you go. You've done it. You can't see a bullet.
You'd have to be at not quite a linear angle to it, but you'd have to be at.
You might see a trail that I'm telling you.
You're actually looking at the tail end of it or something.
Yeah, something, but we're talking 4 times that speed. And I could see it plain as day, and they're telling me the miles per hour that it's doing when they drop off the last rocket, which was not even the world record back then, which Jaeger broke the sound barrier.
You can see planes at 600 miles an hour. You do it all the time.
Yep, now, yeah, but Jaeger had just broke the sound barrier 768 miles, and the fastest rocket ever reported was 3,200 back then. Now it's 65 and now 100 miles.
No. The Chinese, they busted us and Russia both with their hypersonic. Russia's hypersonic works.
Right.
Ours doesn't. China's doesn't.
Well, all I have is Guinness's Book of World Record to go by, and NASA and stuff like that. I don't, like I said, everything I've been taught is horseshit, so it's really hard to, sift through it, because it's all horseshit, right? It's like, if you look at it like it's all horseshit, then it starts to make more sense. It does. It's like, wow, like we were up there and we're like, oh man, COVID hit, so we started raising chickens and quail, right? Got some eggs, got our garden going, and I thought to myself, wait a second. I always think to myself, I'm stupid, right? Because if you think you're stupid, you only have one way to go. You're going to learn. Right? If you already know stuff and you think you're really smart, you quit. There's no learning. You know it. Why would you go any
No,
further?
you have to keep tinkering. 'cause they keep
You should
changing
still
shit.
study, but you're going to study what you think you know. So I was thinking about it, and we started looking at different birds and stuff, and we found out that the chicken came derived from a jungle fowl. It's a little pheasant type bird. And so I went and got a green one, and the eggs sell for $500 a piece, and the bird sells for $1,500. So then I was like, it takes less food than the chickens and doesn't destroy my, why aren't people doing this? But nobody ever thinks that they're stupid.
Oh, you want a funny egg one that really happened?
What's that?
Somewhere down in North Fort Myers, one of these roadside fruit vendors was selling eggs. They were hatching out into baby gators.
Oh. Oh man. I like all the licks though. I like how they sound. This is a Jimmy Buffett, and one that you probably never heard.
Oh, believe me, back in the day, that was the only damn radio station you got in the Keys. Or South Miami.
I was in the Keys, so tell me what this song is. Bought a watch from a crazy man floating down canal. Doesn't have numbers or moving hands. It always just says now. You may be thinking that I was had. That watch was never wrong. If I ain't worn, and if I had trouble, the warranty said, breathe in, breathe out, move on. And it rained, nothing
seen before. And it pulled, and it's about hurricane.
Okay.
Yeah, but I like to do like songs that not everybody does, you know? It's kind
He
of,
had that one, Sun's Up, something about a 14-foot or 40 horse motor. Man, that damn thing played every other minute on that station for a half a year there, back in the 80s.
yeah, I bet. So this is another thing. Come down off your throne and leave your body alone. Somebody must change. You are the reason I've been waiting so long. Somebody holds the key. When I'm near the end and I just ain't got the time, oh no. And I've wasted and can't find my way. Stevie Wonder. I like that song. I like lots of little doodlies like that, you know. It's just, to me, it's all fun stuff, and people recognize it, right? And they sing along with
That
you.
takes a 1/4-inch jack, right?
Yeah, it's like this.
I'm sorry, I can't resist.
Oh, what's that? You're gonna plug me in?
I'm
You're gonna try?
going to disconnect the fan on the amps, and you're in charge of the mixer after I set it.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. It's this is a Taylor. It's probably one of the better ones. It's signed by him, and it's pearl inlay.
Thatch cords in that back.
So this one almost plays itself. You know, I tell people, no, I can't play this guitar. I said it is better than my first one that played itself, because that one had a crank on it, and it sounded like a ice cream truck. You know, it's like, I was really young though. But, you know, you turn it, and it's like tick 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 tick. I tell them it's just one step up, right? So yeah, it's a lot of fun. People might think that, oh, that must really stroke your ego, and no, it doesn't. I actually I don't like playing for large crowds or being set to one category, or you know, having to, you know, hey, we're just only going to play country, or you're going to play reggae, or whatever it is. I like all the music. It's just I don't like the limitations, because you have such a variety of people down here, and I really like to see them you know, have fun. And so I've had some amazing singers that come up and help me. They do harmony, or I do it for them. I've had guitar players that just get up there, and I'll have an extra guitar and put them up there, and we've had a really good time. So be careful, you might turn it down before you plug it in. Okay, you're good? All right, let's check this. Got it?
Okay, so that's picking up.
Something in my head. All of the things that said, being very loud, like a game show.
I'm online.
That's another one.
Way down here, you got a reason. Live below, keep your mind on the baby Jane. Ooh, down in Mexico, you got a blues, know where to go.
Yeah, James Taylor's had some pretty good ones. Other, you know, like Carole King is actually the writer for a lot of those songs. So she's the one that's actually the most amazing songwriter. But and Every Day was Buddy Holly, right?
Every day it's a getting closer.
Nothing.
It's showing up here.
It is. Let's see.
I don't know what I'm doing wrong at the computer.
She don't own the dress, and hair is always a mess. Catch her stealing, she won't confess. She's beautiful, smokes a pack a day. Wait, that's me, but anyway, she don't care a thing about that. She thinks I'm beautiful. Meet Virginia. Oh, yeah. She never compromises. Love babies and surprises. Wear high heels when she exercises. Ain't that beautiful? Meet Virginia. Oh, yeah. And when she wants to be and she thinks about herself. She's strong. I don't really wanna be the queen. Better is an alligator. Mama works on carburetors, and her brothers are fine. Yeah, for the president. And here she is again on the phone, just like me, hates to be alone. But we just like to sit at home, rip on the president, meet Virginia. And I can't wait to meet Virginia, yeah, yeah, yeah. And when she wants to live, and she thinks about her life. I don't really wanna be the queen.
Have to reboot it into Windows.
Oh yeah?
I know what I have going on wrong in Linux, but I'd have to change too much shit.
That's all right. No biggie at all. Yeah, like I said, it's always good. I actually enjoy somebody who's a sound guy and has had electronic background, has been around a lot of places. It's not really that enjoyable, honestly, when selfish, self-centered people come down and they just want to be entertained and they think money controls everything. You know, hey, sing this, right? Here's a 20, right? And I'll do it. And I want that person to have fun. But I know that if we were on a sailboat, we come across the beach or something, we had a campfire, that person would be a different person. They'd probably be a very nice person, right? They wouldn't have to prove to their friends that they're something more than they are. They wouldn't be, you know, they'd be a different person. They really would. So I enjoy the campfires. I enjoy the talented people that come play with me. There's so many. I mean, it's just, I could name hundreds. Besides just Jimmy G and all, you know, Kenny, all these different people that have brought like kind of a peace to people. You know, like peace or a good feeling, or I got a peaceful feeling. You know, now I know he won't let me down. People take music and it's kind of a commonality of something, because you're not gonna say who's the best president, and that's gonna go over well, right? Yeah. You know what I'm saying?
I'm gonna go with Calvin Coolidge.
Yeah, I mean, it's
Toss up between Calvin Coolidge and Martin Van Buren.
I like Theodore Roosevelt because he made national parks. The tax money was actually used for everybody to enjoy. It's been turned into $45 just to get in, and you can't even run a drone or even take pictures. But it's changed since then. But my bottom line is I believe in the people more than I believe in some system or a president. It's going to be people that make it better. It's not going to be some guy that's put in there by Chinese media or.
It's never the politicians that make anything better. All they do is confuse things.
Well, think about it. The Save the Whale Foundation is never going to put in a president. That's not how it works. You know, like Vanguard and I mean, they own both CNN and Fox News. So Vanguard, BlackRock Group, all these huge conglomerations that own everything, is majorly backed by China. Even Apple, right? Apple isn't even going to be a company unless China gives them a product, right? Because none of their products are made here. So that's one of the biggest contributors to our budget. So, you're not going to fight the hand that feeds you. Contrary to what people might think, oh my God, this person's going to make a difference. I have bad news for him.
No, Apple would actually bite the hand that feeds them, because they piss off China and they piss off the U.S.
Yeah, but if they actually did piss off China, they'd just be out of business today.
Yeah,
They would. China wouldn't give them a product.
You're constantly seeing shit where Apple's had boards custom made, and all of a sudden the boards are readily available on eBay, and
Yeah.
nobody knows what to do with them.
But the bottom line is, it's not made here. We don't own copper. We don't have metal. We don't have lithium. We don't have. They're in control of all of that, and they own all the containers, all the refrigerated, 100%, 96% of all the other containers. We don't even have anything. So even if we made something here, we have to pay China to ship it out of our country. So it's irrelevant. China, if they don't want to attack us, they just want to have the ports and have their country become strong, and they want to own resources, which is smart. Because there's no argument after that. Hey, you want to shoot us with your bullets? I may not give you any more bullets or food. Good luck with that. You know what I mean? It's like, and you'll be scrapping for metal and things to shoot out of your gun, and you'll be the only one doing it, right? I mean, everybody else is going to go get the food. You're going to, yeah, good luck, buddy. I know you think you're going to, you get 10 people together and you're going to take on 1.3 billion.
Me now, and this is just an ironic thing about the prepper mentality ones that you see on the internet.
Yeah.
These guys will be showing off that they've got like 5 and 10 years worth of food, all kinds of weapons.
So everybody knows where they're at.
Yeah, it's like, dude, you're making a target out of yourself.
I know. Everything's like that, though. It's like there wouldn't be a war because like all drones are controlled by China. So all they could just EMP us or whatever, and then we wouldn't have any communication. All communication media is owned through China. I mean, Disney's 57%. It's Comcast is down. It's almost laughable. Let's put it that way. It's been that way a long time, ever since the '72 Zuzu.
Before China, all our imports were coming from East India.
Well, now they are. Did you notice this amazing time right now? This is East India is surpassing China on their population, and China is starting to make bids over here in Jacksonville and Savannah and all that because more stuff's going to be made in Africa and East India. Matter of fact, they're having a labor dispute over there because labor and wages did go way up for the people that are making the product. They were $200 a month just 5, 10, 6 years ago, and now they're at 800,000, and the lead workers are getting like $1 million. So they're coming over here and living like kings, But this isn't their favorite place to be. Australia is their second choice for vacation to go is Australia. The first is actually Hong Kong. We're not even number 10. They think of us as kind of racist, ignorant, uneducated. you know, spread out, the Wild West type. And we are. You know, it's really what we are. That's what I love about America, actually, is
Yeah,
the
but we think-
diversity and the stubbornness. And,
We think of half of Eastern Europe as being primitive and everything, block buildings from the 1200s, you know. And you get over there and it's like, all right, shit, man, that's better than my shit, you know.
yeah. Oh, when I went to Costa Rica, it's so funny. I drove a little Terrio Daihatsu. It was Terrios, and it was diesel, 3-cylinder, and it got like 60 miles a gallon. It was incredible. And then I bought a washer and dryer, but it was one unit. And I washed and dried it. It's like, we don't even have anything like that still to this day. It's like, you know, and I saw a 24-volt mini split air conditioner that just one battery or 2 batteries and a couple of solar panels would run 24 hours. And I thought, how come we're not getting this stuff? And I talked to my friends in China, and they said, well, you're not the consumer. You're very small consumer. You're 2% of our market. We don't even care if you buy anything because you guys are a pain in the ass and you're broke. And we have huge countries that have tons of money, like South America, Europe, and East India, and China buying those things. So we don't comprehend what 1.43 billion people is. We're 336 million. We're not even the 0.43. You know what I'm saying? So when you talk about competition, there isn't any. They have subsidized shipping. They have cheap labor. They have all the resources. They have the super shipping container ships that take the same amount of fuel to do 3 times a container. That's not competition. We don't have competition. So, you know, get over it. Go plant some wild bird seed and start working together, right? That's really the answer. There's some people out there that like that.
What dial do I need to hit here?
There's another neat little thing you can do is you can tune down the D string, and that and the 3rd fret, and it's kind of neat. It's that's a banjo. That's kind of banjo tuning. There, we got some little power to it. All right.
You want power?
Oh, I can turn it up too. So at certain places, a lot of times, because I wasn't a good singer, and I still am, I'm still not, more of a guitar player, obviously. But you know, I always practice. I start doing diaphragm
You can
listening.
set your effects any way you want, but this is a brand new mixer to me, so any effect you want, there's the dials. Oh, and there's buttons too. I don't know what half of those do yet.
Now that's another thing I like to do. See this? I like to use all fingers. I use all 3. Okay? It makes for a nice piano sound. sing. And it's so funny. He was on the plane. I heard an interview and he was talking about it. He was on the plane. The guy, oh, you play guitar? He's like, yeah. He goes, oh, what do you sing? He goes, when I don't sing. He's like, what? Yeah, how do you make money? But he makes a lot of money. He's doing really good. His brother's really good. I mean, an incredible player, and he's very entertaining. He just entertains with the guitar. And I mean, he'll bend the thing. He'll play up here, and he'll do everything. Harmony, he can do harmonics the whole way on the songs. Really incredible, very inspiring. And he actually teaches people when he goes to his concert and stuff. So it's really, you have to pay, but you know. But still, he's creating all these.
I got a buddy that does drums that does that.
Yeah.
He plays and charges people to teach him while he plays.
Now this is I like this little lick that James Taylor, he does like. It's Mexico. And a lot of them. Wheel in the Sky, you remember that? That's an old one. It's but all those things, they bring on familiarity and old tunes, right? I miss it. Be a part. That's where you say it. Be a part of it and don't ever go down. And I'm not I do like the newer songs. I really do. I like, let me see, Rob Thompson does a lot of different stuff. What day is it? And in what month this clock never seems so alive, and I can't keep up, and I can't back down. I'm losing so much time, 'cause it's you and me and all other people